Hey, you folks, I'm Alan. If you know me, welcome back. If you don't, settle in. Today is Friday, May 8th, 10:39 in the AM, Davao, Philippines. So some folks have asked me about this, and that made me think, well, I can talk about that real quick. This hopefully won't be too long a video unless I start bird walking again. Uh, we've had some natural disasters here in the Philippines. For those of you who don't know, you're more likely to die of a natural disaster in the Philippines than literally anywhere else on the planet. Go ahead and fact check me on that. So, let's talk about volcanoes. We've got two that are currently going off. We got the Mayon explosion up in southern Luzon. That's well north of me, for those of you who know where I am. The other one, I'm going to murder the name on this volcano. It's the Kunlaun. I probably killed that. Yeah, I think it's the Kunlaun volcano. That's in Negros. And we've got something like an 800-meter ash plume sitting above that volcano. So some folks over in Negros are having to deal with cinder snow or falling ash, which is, from experience, not a great time. Now, luckily for me, here in Davao and Mindanao, neither of these things are really affecting me at all. That being said, speaking of Mindanao, I think yesterday we had an earthquake. 5.5, 5.6 off the eastern coast of Mindanao. Also, I didn't feel it. I'm sure there are folks who did who were a little closer to the east coast, but I'm about center mass on the island and then north about, I don't even know, 5-6 miles from the coast. And I'm in a real stable area, so it doesn't shake much here. So either I worked through it or I slept through it, but I didn't feel a damn thing move. And again, those on the east coast of Mindanao, southeast coast, probably got more of a ride out of that than I did. And that's really about it for the natural disasters. I mean, beyond, you can't really call the war in Iran a natural disaster. It has consequences, naturally, but beyond higher gas prices, I don't think we've really felt how bad it's going to be yet. I think diesel's up over $6 a gallon here, which sucks. But we're not really seeing the expected food shortages yet that will be coming down the pipe because of the constraints on the supply of fertilizer. Speaking of such things and scarcity, so Andy and I finally decided to head down to SNR. And if you don't know what SNR is, it's like the Filipino version of Costco. And when I initially heard that, I was skeptical. I mean, I've been here, it'll be a year this August. So 8-9 months I've been here. And whenever someone says, oh, it's just like this thing in the US, it's over here, I have learned to be skeptical. I'm like, okay, it's whatever I'm getting is the Filipino version of the thing. And I need to adjust my perspective. I'm like, okay, cool. When they said that SNR is the Filipino version of Costco, they were right. Like, I was really blown away. It was super easy to apply. The cost is just 700 pesos for a one person membership for a year. That's like, I don't know, $11. We wound up getting a card for Andy and a card for myself, and because we went in as a couple, it wound up being 1,100 pesos for the year, which is just south of $18 for a membership. Does not suck. And again, I walked in, I'm like, okay, this is a lot like the Costco out in Tigard, Oregon. I mean, everything was there. And that was really cool, man, because for the entire time I've been here in the Philippines, like there are things that I miss from the US, and one of those is dill pickles. I love dill pickles. I've loved them since I was a little boy. We used to mix them up with like tuna and boiled eggs. I make like this tuna fish salad, and I really enjoy dill pickles, and I hadn't really found them here in the Philippines, like anywhere. They have things that are like dill pickles, but they don't have that taste like I'm used to. Got them in S&R, man. They had like the kosher Vlasics. Like it blew me away. As soon as I saw them, my eyes lit up, and like Andy looked at me. She's like, "You really want those, huh?" And I'm like, "I do, but they're not on the shopping list." And like we took care of the rest of everything on the list. And she said, "You should really get those pickles because you really want them." I'm like, "All right." I was trying to be really good about watching our budget, but I wound up getting them, and it's ah, just right. It's just so nice. And there's other things there like that, where Head and Shoulders. I mean, you can get Head and Shoulders shampoo just about anywhere here, but it was just, you can get like the industrial, don't gotta buy it again for a year bottle. And I was like, that's what I want. Just being able to do like some actual bulk shopping for things like canned goods and non-perishables was just really nice. And there wasn't really any signs of any resource scarcity. Not like the NCCCs, the more local supermarkets where there's just empty shelves. There at S&R, like if you wanted something and it was there, they had it in stock. Yeah, so we will definitely be going back there. There is, like, to me, I start doing the math right away. I start thinking, well, okay, what's the cost of getting down there? What's the cost of getting back? And then what's the cost of the membership? And do all of those things outweigh the savings? And the honest answer is I don't know yet. We've only done one run that wound up being $170, which is about 10,400 pesos and change. But that's probably going to be the only grocery run that we do all month and then some. So that was pretty cool. There was also, like, there were things there that surprised Andy that didn't surprise me, and that wound up surprising me. Like the chicken, a lot of we get a lot of chicken breast meat, or just chicken meat in general. And it was one of her reactions to that. She said, "Well, the chicken, there's more of the chicken here." And it's not that she was saying there was more chicken meat. What she meant is that the chicken meat that was there was bigger, and she wasn't used to that. It's obviously not native manok. It's not native Filipino chicken. And the price was comparable to what I see in other places, which isn't bad. Usually with the perishables, I would tend to think that the local markets might be a bit better price-wise, but no, everything was pretty competitively priced, and it was really nice being somewhere where I felt like I could just get everything I needed in one place instead of having to go from A to B to C to D before I finally get to go home again. So overall, great experience. If you're here in the Philippines and you haven't been to an S&R, I would give it a shot. All that being said, I am curious if you are out here in the Philippines, if you've been to an S&R, what you thought. Also, I am south when it comes to Philippine Islands, and I'm curious to hear what other folks, if you felt the earthquake, if you're dealing with any ashfall from Kun Laun, I'm for sure misspeaking that, or from the Mayan explosion. Just what your experiences have been, what you're seeing out there, because all I'm seeing is what's on YouTube, what's on the internet for the videos, and that looks like an impressively angry pair of fire mountains. I'd be curious to hear, well, how folks are seeing what they're seeing a little closer to the blast radius. Anywho, that's it from me for the day. Drop a like and subscribe. I hear that helps. Otherwise, as always, take care, be good to yourselves, and stay safe out there, folks. The world's just getting crazier. Till next time.